It's my honor this morning to chair this excellent webinar. NCIA, as many of you know, is involved in all aspects of dispute resolution, including mediation, construction adjudication, expert determination, and arbitration. This NCIA webinar on construction adjudication is particularly well timed for several reasons. Africa today looks like a massive construction site. Airports, roads, railways, other ports, seaports, power plants, transmission lines, and all, including industrial plants and buildings, are being constructed, extended, and renovated. Some of the projects have faced long delays and cost overruns. Then add COVID-19 into the mix, and three things come into play. Firstly, health and travel regulations have disrupted availability and movement of labor, experts, and materials. Then, national priorities and resources have quickly shifted from development projects to survival. And thirdly, the question arises, are the adjudication time limits of 28 days, 56 days, and 84 days still achievable in the COVID-19 era? This makes the need for effective and timely dispute avoidance and management greater than ever before. Construction adjudication is a unique ADR procedure involving exceptionally fast determination of construction disputes. It has been referred to as rough justice, or as Lord Ackner said, it is also a pay now, argue later approach to justice. Construction adjudications take various formats. The solo adjudicator, a panel of 3 or 5, and the name also changes depending on the rules and the circumstances. Sometimes an adjudicator is simply called that, an adjudicator, or could be called a dispute board, a dispute adjudication board, or a dispute avoidance and adjudication board. The main roles of DBs, DABs, DAABs, and DRBs are twofold. Firstly, dispute avoidance, and that is ensuring that situations are addressed fully and satisfactorily so that they do not smolder into disputes. The second is the dispute board or the adjudicator is required to hit the ground running once a dispute crystallizes, and he or she or the panel is required to provide a decision within the stipulated time. The parties and adjudicators work with very tight time constraints and usually on the basis of documents only. Therefore, the only major legal requirement is that the rules of natural justice are observed. An adjudication decision is binding and final unless a party which is aggrieved by the decision refers the dispute to arbitration, but that must be done within the stipulated time. Allow me to mention that dispute resolution boards, or DRBs, which originated from the US, operate slightly differently. They issue an unbinding recommendation, which becomes final and binding if unchallenged by the parties within the stipulated time. Now, construction adjudication in Africa is largely driven by bilateral and multilateral financiers, which prefer FIDIC or modified FIDIC forms of contract. The other thing is that in Africa, I'm not aware of any state which has got adjudication legislation. Therefore, construction adjudication is carried out and enforced purely as a contractual arrangement.